Okay, so there's one more video over here. This is one more video before we go back to Paleo Bingo. As you can see here, Quetzalcoatlus, Dimetrodon, Spinosaurus, direwolf, etc. My goodness, some of these designs are absolutely atrocious. As you can see, we have Spinosaurus, Dimetrodon, Quetzalcoatlus. They look really, really, really atrocious. So is Allosaurus, by the way. Don't call us these. Everyone else is not as bad. It's still not great. And Andrewsarchus is not supposed to be a canine, like.
Quetzalcoatlus. Let's say that you're an ancient human living your stud life 70 million years ago. It's a regular Monday and you're trying to hunt a crocodile when suddenly you're lifted off the ground and you can feel sharp nails piercing into your neck.
Okay, Quetzalcoatlus did. Let's see here. Quetzalcoatlus lived around 72.1 to 66 million years ago in the Maastrichtian. Just 68 to 66 million years ago, actually. So 70 million years ago is not exactly correct.
Meet Quetzalcoatlus. It's a dinosaur that looks a lot.
Oh no, not dinosaur. Oh my gosh, Quetzalcoatlus is a pterosaur, not a dinosaur. Oh my goodness. All right. I've watched similar videos in the past. They really should not delve into paleontology because they're not really experts at it, and they're going to just butcher facts. That's the thing.
Like origami, with a sharp beak and wings, and built like an airplane, its wings alone were as big as 33 feet. They could fit an elephant on each side. Quetzalcoatlus was actually not that tall, and it could only reach about 16 feet.
Have you heard about Hatzegopteryx? Hatzegopteryx is even shorter than the Quetzalcoatlus. Guys. And you're using Jurassic World evolution models.
Similar to modern-day giraffes, the predator actually starts its hunt by stalking its prey. So it's very similar to how girls nowadays start stalking their crush before.
Okay. Girls start stalking their crush. From what I've heard of, is it the other way around?
Before dating them. It walks really slowly with its long legs and it just keeps an eye on the target. Then when the prey is least suspecting, it rushes in and grabs them with its beak and flies away. There really was no animal safe from the brutal hunt.
No animal safe from the brutal hunt, huh? Just look at Triceratops, Anki, Rex, even at Montosaurus. These guys are just too big for Quetzalcoatlus to deal with.
Of Quetzalcoatlus. However, even this predator couldn't escape from an even bigger problem, the asteroid.
They probably survived the initial impact, but because of a lack of food from these animals, from its prey's extinction, it's gonna die. It died because it did not have food.
So about 66 million years ago, Quetzalcoatlus went extinct from this earth because a huge asteroid probably had an oops moment and dropped millions of dinosaurs dead.
Dropped millions of dinosaurs dead. And, okay, this is correct. Millions of non-avian dinosaurs dead. All non-avian dinosaurs became extinct after that, actually. So, there we go.
Dead. Dimetrodon. If you think your school bully was scary, then wait until you meet this guy, or at least see his bones in a museum. Let's say you're taking a stroll in the wild about 66 million years ago.
Oh my god. I'm literally horrified. I'm literally horrified by that statement. Dimetrodon only lived during the Permian period, 295 to 272 million years ago. Not 66 million years ago, guys. Okay, I probably should have included that in Paleo Bingo, but whatever, it's too late now. My next video is going to be Paleo Bingo, because it's another one of those more traditionally terrible paleo videos.
It's a regular Monday morning, and you're just looking for a lizard to grill for your family, and suddenly, you see the shadow of a 10-foot long and 7-foot tall beast. Your best bet would be to run for your life, because if the Dimetrodon spots you...
That's the Dimetrodon from, I don't know, Jurassic World Alive, right? Or Jurassic World Evolution. Any Jurassic World, does that matter? Jurassic World Dominion.
you're as good as dead. Dimetrodon is the grandfather of all predators who was
Grandfather of all predators. Okay. You should have said ancestor, because Dimetrodon was an ancestor that lived like 290 million years ago during the Permian.
was still around when dinosaurs didn't exist. Even 272 million years ago, Dimetrodon.
You just contradicted your own statement earlier. You said that, imagine 66 million years ago, you walking towards... Oh my gosh.
Million years ago, Dimetrodon was easily recognizable with its massive spine and razor-sharp teeth, and its one bite could leave you severely wounded, so it's similar to your ex in a lot of ways.
I will not relate to this because I did not get into a relationship. I have never gotten into a relationship before.
Dimetrodon was also a very seasoned predator. It could actually smell its prey from miles away and had a binocular vision. So if you think your dog is good at sniffing pizza, just imagine how good a predator with nostrils as big as a basketball would be. And if you lived near rivers and forests during that time, Dimetrodon would have been a pet for you. A very deadly pet that could eat you up, but still a pet. Spinus.
That would not be a pet. That would be just a killer. A murderer. Alright? That's all there is. Dimetrodon and Quetzalcoatlus finished, and this Spinosaurus over here looks really, really, really awful. Look at this Spinosaurus. It's based off the outdated Spino, except it's even more tonky. It's kind of like queso at this point.
Dinosaurs. So if you want to see a dinosaur on steroids,
Dinosaur on steroids, as you can see using the outdated spinal model, calling it a dinosaur on steroids.
then meet Spinosaurus. Imagine taking a plunge in the water on a sunny day and suddenly you see a crocodile snout coming towards you. Then you see a massive sail and it's too late to realize then a crocodile snout coming towards you. Then you see a massive sail and it's too late to realize that it's gonna be your last day on Earth. So Spinosaurus is actually famous for its...
And that model is used from, I forgot. The Dinosaurs, Dino Zoo, right? I played that game before. It has really bad models. I feel like I've said it like once before, but just to let y'all know about this game, that the game that exists, sir.
Its crocodile-like snout and spine.
I've heard of that statement a bazillion times before, comparing Spinosaurus to Crocs, which I guess is understandable, actually, because, you know, Spinos and Crocs, Allosaurus. Oh, does it justify T-Rex being compared with by other predators? Ugh.
That looks like the sail of a boat, but a boat doesn't munch on your liver, so that's a big difference. Now, what makes Spinosaurus truly scary are its sharp teeth, which can mince your bones in seconds.
Well, its teeth are conical shaped or cone shaped, which means that it's more used to catch slippery prey than anything. So, I assume that it would not be an expert at just mincing you. Instead, just catch a slippery prey.
However, it mostly dined on fish and other dinosaurs, so it might not be interested in stalking you. But if you think you're safe on the land, that's far from the truth, because Spinosaurus could hunt even on land, and if you saw the massive sail of this dinosaur running through the forest towards you, you need to reconsider your life choices.
Spinosaurus went extinct a long time before humans even existed, so is there a point in saying that? You know, probably just besides scaring a bunch of kids, I assume.
The predator actually weighed about 20 tons,
which is a stupidly outdated estimate. It's more like 7 tons in mass. It's more close to 7 tons in mass. There is a juvenile specimen that has a mass of around 3 tons.
Which is equal to about 10 elephants, so imagine being chased down by this ancient...
Wow. 10 elephants equals 20 tons, huh? So, apparently all these elephants are as skinny as... Okay, all these elephants are anorexic, basically. Sorry.
Godzilla. And like peacocks use
Oh no! Monsters Resurrected?
this ancient Godzilla.
Ancient Godzilla. Oh my god. This literally reminds me of Monsters Resurrected. Spino was a literal freaking kaiju. Let me see. To prove you all, Spinosaurus, Monsters Resurrected. Yes, this kaiju. Pseudo kaiju. Let's just call it a pseudo kaiju because it's not an actual kaiju, but like, you get the idea. Just one shot to the Gorgonops and brutally mauled the Kaprosuchus, by the way. My gosh. Everything is just Rugops, a 30-foot-long killing machine, is on the hunt. Oh my gosh. Man, the Monsters Resurrected episode. That episode was what tanked the documentary. Also, the Acrocanthosaurus episode. Everything else about Monsters Resurrected is ironically okay. And that makes Monsters Resurrected not considered one of the worst dinosaur documentaries. Paleo documentaries in general, in terms of, its accuracy.
And like peacocks use their colorful tail to attract their mate, Spinosaurus also uses its sail to get laid. Now,
it's one of the hypotheses. It's one hypothesis of Spinosaurus sail usage. Another is that Spinosaurus used its sail for thermal regulation. It definitely did not use them to store water though, or make chili jam.
Imagine a 46-foot dinosaur dancing around its crush.
Man, why did that sentence make me laugh? I have no idea.
That's the Animal Planet After Midnight show we all want to watch. Direwolf. Now, if you're a fan of Game of Thrones, you already know what we're talking about. A direwolf was larger than the gray wolves we see today, but it was the most...
The direwolf now is part of the Allosaurus genus.
Vicious predator back then. Let's say you're a bison just munching on some grass and minding your own business, and suddenly you feel a strong jaw piercing in your neck.
Judging by this particular method, the bison probably should have seen the direwolf coming and tried to defend itself.
That's when you know you're gonna be the next meal of a direwolf. Like the desperate boys who hunt in packs at the bar, the direwolf also hunted in packs. But even if you found them without their boys in the wild, they could still rip you apart, so it was better to simply steer clear. And the wolves didn't really play around when it came to having dinner because they had a taste for big game like camels, bisons, and even elephants.
I mean, dire wolf. Dire wolf. Species of mammal. Dire wolf is literally part of Allosaurus. Allosaurus genus, guys. They are about the same size as the largest modern gray wolves, actually. So this one over here, these guys are average gray wolves.
Oh, you're gonna be the next meal of a direwolf. Like the desperate boys who hunt in packs at the bar, the direwolf also hunted in packs. But even if you found them without their boys in the wild, they could still rip you apart, so it was better to simply steer clear. And the wolves didn't really play around when it came to having dinner because they had a taste for big game like camels, bisons, and even elephants. If you think you would have been safe from them if you climbed a tree, then think again, because you climbed you would taste for big game like camels, bisons, and even elephants.
It would not be possible for one direwolf to solo an elephant, especially like something like a mammoth or something. But a bunch of them, yeah, it would definitely take a bunch of them.
If you think you would have been safe from them if you climbed a tree, then think again, because direwolves were relentless. They'd strategize to find a way to get to you faster than you can say fetch. The direwolves actually lived 2.6 million years ago, so it's possible that your ancestors had a run-in with them. In fact,
Dire wolf actually lived around 125,000 to 9,500 years ago. It only began to live during the late Pleistocene. This man is confused here because 2.6 million years ago was when the Pleistocene started, and the dire wolf only began to live during the late Pleistocene.
Some humans
And went extinct during the early Holocene, 9,500 years ago.
even turn dire wolves into their pets. Dunkleosteus. Imagine you're transported back 350 million years. You're turned into a massive underwater beast.
Dunkleosteus. 350 million years. I mean, it's a bit off. Dunkleosteus lived around 382 to 358 million years ago. Also, it's supposed to have, It's supposed to have mischaracterized powerful jaws that snap shut in milliseconds.
With a thick body covered in bony plates. And
Covered in bony plates. It is more than likely that Dunkleosteus had flesh around its body. So,
sharp jaws that make modern-day predators look like goldfish.
Dunkleosteus, those jaws were not teeth, by the way.
Dunkleosteus was the original Iron Man of the sea because its bony plates were basically impossible to break.
It's probably just, and then just Dunkleosteus. Why would Dunkleosteus just live without flesh? And Dunkleosteus should have more flesh.
And while no one could hurt Dunkleosteus, it was the worst predator of the sea.
It was the worst predator of the sea. Wow. What a good way to to just demonize the Dunkleosteus, guys.
The sharpest shearing plates and a bite force of about 8,000 pounds.
8,000 pounds per square inch, huh? I mean, pounds per square inch, like Goji Center said, it's an unreliable estimate unless you're really, really careful of what you're doing.
And to add to the horror, Dunkleosteus was 33 feet tall, so you'd feel like a double-decker bus is coming to crush you. To make matters worse,
33 feet tall.
feet tall.
33 feet tall, you mean 33 feet long.
So you'd feel like a double-decker bus is coming to crush you. To make
even with the outdated estimate, or probably upgraded back to it, it still has 30 meters, not 30 meters, oh my god, my brain just farted, 30 feet in length, not 33.
Matters worse, Dunkleosteus was basically the mob.
Oh no! Oh no, not a Dunkleosteus model from a game. It's from a game, guys. The fact that this is super awesome, bro, this looks super awesome, bro, just gives it away.
Boss of the prehistoric era, and it sat on top of the food chain. There actually were
sat on top of the food chain. Use animals that actually coexisted with the Dunkleosteus instead of modern animals like, oh my god, these sharks.
no animals in the wild who were brave enough to challenge Dunkleosteus, so it's no surprise that they were as arrogant as Ellen DeGeneres.
Throwing shade towards Ellen DeGeneres. I see. Alright. Not bad, actually.
A lot of experts even call Dunkleosteus the vacuum cleaners of the ocean, because just by opening their mouths, they sucked the prey in, and they ate everything from sea dinosaurs to big fish.
Oh no, sea dinosaurs! Big fish, sharks, that's okay, but... sea dinosaurs! Sea dinosaurs!
Fish. So the next time you feel
Why? Guys.
afraid of a shark or a crocodile, just remember that you're not up against a 33-foot long prehistoric monster with a crushing smile.
It's not a monster, guys. If it's gonna be, if it wants to be a monster, it's gonna have to be intelligent, like Mini Lad.
Allosaurus. Allosaurus is basically a scarier but less attractive sister of the T-Rex. It existed around 150 million years ago, and let's just say that this dinosaur was a foodie through and through. It was even more feared than Thanos in the Jurassic period because it weighed 2.3 tons and was 39 feet long. This is bigger than 2 buses and heavier than a fully grown elephant. And was 39 feet long. 0.3 tons.
The MNH680 is a bit bigger than that. Most Allosaurs had a mass of around 1.4 tons, 1.7 tons.
And was 39 feet long. This is bigger than 2 buses.
39 feet long, and you use the height.
And was 39 feet long.
Go horizontally. You make the arrow go horizontally, not vertically. 39 feet long is also ridiculous. That's just Saurophaconex.
Bigger than 2 buses and heavier than a fully grown elephant. Allosaurus also came with its own ammunition in the form of its razor-sharp teeth and claws that were deadlier than a sword. But what made Allosaurus a truly great predator was how fast it moved. Although it looked chunky, its bones were hollow, so you can try outrun the beast, but just know that while you stretch your muscles, you'll be in their stomach. But even
and Brightside also got it wrong. Okay, gosh, guys. Hollow bones, wow.
this beast had one weakness. It didn't have a bite force as strong as a T-Rex. So
oh, more T-Rex comparisons, finally.
Instead, it learned how to karate chop using its head.
Ah, the outdated hatchet theory. As you can see, that's definitely outdated. It's disproven already. So why even bother at this point?
Basically, the dinosaur would hit its prey with a head like a hammer and then eat them alive.
You mean an axe? Or a hatchet?
Yeah, has never sounded so deadly before. So if you were wounded by the head slam of an Allosaurus, the first thing you'd want to do is run for your life.
What?
So if you were wounded by the head slam of an Allosaurus, the first thing you'd want to do is run for your life.
Wouldn't you be in pain, in way too much pain, and just dying from shock to get up again and run from the Allosaurus? If the Allosaurus were to actually still have that hatchet theory, that hatchet bite, that hatchet technique.
That's not gonna help you much. The dinosaur will quickly catch up and pick you up. That's probably the right time to say your goodbyes and accept your fate because you're basically someone's dinner at this point. Gorgonops. This dinosaur roamed—
Oh, no! Not dinosaur! Gorgonops is not a dinosaur. It's another synapsid. And Gorgonops this is using Jurassic World Alive model. The brain rot is just absolutely insane. Look at that. The brain rot. The brain rot. Oh. I had a good day today. Guys, I had a good day today. I went to a mock exam and I forgot. Really.
The Earth long before the dinosaurs got their much-deserved spotlight. Gorgonops are famous for having the scariest smile because their saber-like teeth give chills to animals to this day. And these teeth weren't just for show, they were specifically animals to this day. Smile because their saber-like teeth give chills to animals to this day.
Animals to this day. Assuming that the T-Rex or Ankylosaurus or Edmontosaurus saw the Gorgonops and then just got absolutely terrified by it, apparently. No. The answer all I can say is no.
And these teeth weren't just for show, they were specifically designed to slice through the flesh of even the biggest beast.
Of its time, at least.
Imagine running away from an animal that's as smart as James Bond and can make strategies to trap and hunt you. That's Gorgonops, and if this didn't scare you, then wait until you hear about the way Gorgonops hunted. So if Gorgonops catches you in the wild, it's not just gonna eat you up alive. Gorgonops was kind of a sadist, so instead it's gonna
Gorgonops sadism. Gorgonops is kind of sadist.
eat you up alive. Gorgonops was kind of a sadist,
In order to be a sadist, you need to be intelligent enough to just enjoy killing. To enjoy killing and bringing in pain, like the Indominus Rex could from Jurassic World, because it's intelligent enough. The Gorgonops probably was not.
so instead it's gonna scare you, run after you, and finally take a massive bite from your flesh. The pain would be too much to bear, but you'd have to run for your life. And this running was what Gorgonops enjoyed the most. It would actually follow the prey while it's injured. Enjoyed the most. It would actually follow the prey while it's injured. Was what Gorgonops enjoyed the most. It would actually follow the prey while it's injured and wait until they completely exhaust themselves and are too weak to run anymore. Then Gorgonops enjoyed the feast of their victory. This is the story of a perfect Netflix series waiting to happen. But
Perfect Netflix series waiting to happen. Such a classic. Man.
sadly, even the mightiest predators had their downfall, and for Gorgonops, it was the massive volcanic eruption 252 million years ago.
Actually, this one is correct. So, props to that. Props to that. This is the Great Dying.
They killed its entire species and left us with the modern.
Also, too, you should have just went with the skeletons of Inostrancivia, Scutosaurus, whatever. Any animal that went extinct during the Great Dying. Not dinosaurs like this. Not Dunkleosteus.
Modern day cats that entire species and left us with the modern day cats that only know how to cuddle.
Ancestors of modern day cats. And even after the Great Dying, mammals did not exist for another, 30 million years or so.
Modern day cats that only know how to cuddle. Andrewsarchus. So this time, Mother Nature thought, let's take a wolf, make it the size of a hippo, and give it the attitude of a Tasmanian devil. And then...
Oh no. By the way, Andrewsarchus is supposed to be more closely related to hippos.
Then we got Andrewsarchus, a
Oh no. Are you gonna call us a dinosaur?
glorious predator that exists. Andrewsarchus, a glorious predator that...
A glorious predator. Okay, that's a bit better. But... Alright. Andrewsarchus. At least that's a little bit better than calling it a dinosaur like you did with... whatchamacallit earlier? Quetzalcoatlus. Yeah. That... I did not like that in the slightest.
that existed 45 to 36 million years ago. Now,
It lived around 47.8. It lived around 48 to 38 million years ago. More specifically, 47.8 to 37.71 million years ago. It might have been omnivorous too.
imagine walking around Thailand and enjoying your vacation at the peaceful beaches of Phuket, and suddenly you come across an Andrewsarchus. Your vacation plans would go from nice hike to run for your life.
The good thing is, that will never happen. Well, good thing according to this guy, definitely.
In
Modern day, we'll just have humans have weapons. And then they'll just kill the Andrewsarchus before you even realize it.
seconds, and this predator is feared for all the right reasons, as it's about 12 feet tall and its skull alone is as big as 3 feet. The jaw of
12 feet tall is way too much of a stretch. 12 feet long is better.
Andrewsarchus was filled with razor-sharp teeth that could even crush dinosaur bones. Think of it as a
Think they could even crush dinosaur bones. Technically, you're not wrong because, avian dinosaurs, guys.
bones. Think of it as a hydraulic press that could squish even metal in seconds. It could also run faster than any mammal today and had a very strong body. But Andrewsarchus wasn't the killing machine it's presented as. In reality, the predator basically ate anything and everything.
Implying that every carnivore is a killing machine. Well, every animal is going to be a killing machine if it has to be. So, carnivores when they're hungry. And provoked, by the way. Herbivores too. And, lions attacking cheetahs.
So it could eat you, your cat, and
Omnivores too. Everything. Ugh. I'm not trying to demonize any animal. These are animals after all. And they don't deserve to be demonized in any way. They don't deserve to be presented in a negative light. None of them do.
So it could eat you, your cat, and even your salad. However, the predators started decreasing in numbers due to climate change, and eventually, they disappeared from the face of the earth. A lot like guys disappear after talking about their commitment issues.
Why do you continue bringing up relationship stuff?
Megatherium, giant ground sloth. Imagine being hunted down by a sloth and dying in the hands of the laziest animal ever. What a disgrace.
Now the big problem is, would sloths even hunt humans? Oh no. Why? Why is this a thing? Why is this? My God, I don't know at this point.
Well, there was a time when thousands of animals were actually killed by Megatherium, the giant sloth.
When it's provoked, obviously. And also, just a supplement needs.
This predator was
like horses.
As big as an elephant and existed 2 million years ago, but it wasn't as lazy as the modern day sloth. So,
Mother Nature can be extremely cruel, and this is the definition of cruelty. Mother Nature's cruelty.
So consider the Megatherium as the sloth on a heavy dose of caffeine on a Monday morning. At one point, Megatherium actually...
Okay. How do you even compare... How do you even get all that sentence... Get that sentence out of your mouth? Oh my God. There's still 2 minutes and 30 seconds of this. No. No. Oh my God.
Can't wait to hear his dialogue.
Actually was the largest mammal ever to live. It was as big as 20 feet, so if you stack up 5 fully grown lions, it was as big as 20 feet, so if you stack up
big as 20 feet, as long as 20 feet.
5 fully grown lions, that's how big Megatherium was. And it weighed about 4 tons, so pretty close to a rhino's weight. If you ever thought that sloths were slow and pointless, then Megatherium is the ultimate plot twist for you, because it could prove you wrong with just one bite. Megatherium ate anything and everything it could, and its curved claws helped kill the prey. So it could, and
it more so hunted him. It more so, not really hunted. It more so foraged on plants. It's more of an herbivore than anything. But obviously, herbivores will eat meat sometimes, like horses eating baby chickens, for example.
And its curved claws help kill the prey. So the predator
to supplement their dietary needs.
Was basically the Edward Scissorhands of its time. Scientists still believe that Megatherium was a vegetarian, but who would live on leaves when there's a prehistoric buffet of all kinds of rats and frogs? And Megatherium lived in dense forests, so finding small animals was a cakewalk. However, if you were strolling in the jungle, Megatherium would probably not even notice you. After all, it's still the true ancestor of the lazy sloth, Kaprosuchus. Imagine swimming in the prehistoric waters, taking in the beauty of nature, and enjoying the silence when...
Kaprosuchus actually quite underrated. Oh, whoopsies.
You suddenly see some movement in the water. Something starts moving closer to you, and then you see the snout, the teeth, and the bright yellow eyes. That's the same feeling you get when your girlfriend catches you cheating on her.
Oh my God. Sarcasm laugh. catches you cheating on her. Oh my god. What the hell is going on? What is this madness? Stop bringing up relationship stuff. I don't want to hear it anymore. This video is just making my brain rot with all the relationship stuff. Look, I know that relationship topics, including it, is fine, but don't preach it like this video does.
You freak out and get out of the water, thinking it might save you, but when you look back, the massive Kaprosuchus beast is running right behind you. It'll take only a few seconds for Kaprosuchus to digest you whole, and that's probably why it's considered the most dangerous predator to ever exist.
Okay, Kaprosuchus apparently is the most dangerous predator to ever exist. Right. Just forget about the T-Rex. Forget about the Megalodon. Forget about the Dinosuchus. Kaprosuchus, guys.
What made Kaprosuchus truly deadly was that it was a cross between a boar and a crocodile, so it also had really sharp tusks to pierce your body, while also having teeth to cut your flesh bit by bit. And if you try to escape, the crocodile-boar hybrid could run behind you with a speed of 40 kilometers per hour. And with this speed, they got almost every prey they wanted. That's probably why even the biggest dinosaurs were terrified of them.
Nah, T-Rex would just feast on the freaking thing. And Montosaurus would crush it whole. Montosaurus would crush it. Even something like an Allosaurus, for example, would have a good time dealing with Kaprosuchus.
And if it wasn't enough that they could run really fast, nature also gave them the skill to swim. So at this point, it's
Skill to swim.
basically over for all the other animals. But even this mighty creature couldn't survive on a vegan diet after its food sources kept decreasing due to climate change. So the animal eventually disappeared, and we should be glad, because otherwise it would have single-handedly eaten an entire neighborhood for breakfast.
Yeah, no. This video is really awful. And yeah. Alright. Just some ridiculous statements. A lot of them, actually. Just really horrible. Terrible. Absolutely insane. Oh, I don't like it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you all next one.